So today we're going to be reviewing our favorite nesting box. That's up next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here today. It is May 2020. So we wanted to bring you a quick video and give you a review on our favorite nesting box. So you guys have probably seen this. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and link a video here we did where we talked about raising chickens in the Arizona desert and had a few people actually questioning whether or not our chickens actually really lay eggs in our nesting boxes. So we figured it'd probably be best to go ahead and do a quick review on the nesting box that we're using today, some advantages and maybe some disadvantages to using this type of nesting box. We've used several different types of boxes, and for the most part they were basic. So essentially a wooden box that had straw underneath that allowed the chickens to come up into and lay one after another, lay eggs in a pile, and then once a day or twice a day we would come and collect the eggs. So now here in the Arizona desert, it's very, very dry, so we rarely have an issue with eggs getting dirty, but when you have them all sitting inside of a box, anybody who's raised chickens knows every once in a while you get one or two that likes to go in the box and they go right on top of all the eggs. So they have a tendency to get a little bit dirty, and of course when it rains, that is even more so. So that would be the first issue with a standard box. The second thing would actually be the chickens themselves eating the eggs. So obviously you get one or two rogue chickens that is hungry for eggs and they'll chow down on those eggs that are in that pile. So those would be two major disadvantages. Of course, advantages, very inexpensive. They're very easy to make. You can make them out of scrap wood, and they're very easy to move around. So if you have a box, you can easily move it from one place to the next. But in the end, there are some challenges. So when we moved onto the new property, we took all of our hens with us. We have 13 laying hens, and we wanted to try out a new box. After doing some research, we found, kind of settled on this one here. This is the Homestead Essentials nesting box. We really wanted something that helped to roll the eggs away from the chickens as they were laying. Also wanted something that was easy to clean and easy to collect as far as the eggs. And there are a few different options out there. Now this one's a little less expensive than some of the other ones that we've seen, and so this is the one that we decided we were going to try out first. So let's talk a little bit about how this is done, some of the advantages, and maybe a disadvantage or two. You can see how we have these set up. Now we actually just added this one. When we bought these, we bought the 3 box, and that's actually been in use since October of last year, so about 7 months. We just installed this one today because we're adding about 20 more laying hens to our flock here over the next couple of months. Biggest advantage, and what does work really well, would be the eggs dropping down into this little bottom of the tray and staying away from the chickens and keeping them clean. So it's very effective. Now when we first brought our chickens in, we were a little nervous as to whether or not they would utilize these nesting boxes. So what we did is we took some straw, really thin layer of straw, just spread the straw in here, and when they first came in, the only thing they saw was a new coop, new run, and these weird things. So obviously they're curious, they went in and kind of peeked around a little bit right away, and then it didn't take them long. Within a week, they were laying in these boxes and it was working fantastic. And even today, for the most part, all of the chickens lay in these boxes, with the exception of those bottom of the pecking order chickens. We've got one, in fact, she's in here now, that's top of the pecking order, and she will literally drag some of them out of the nesting boxes, but that's not unusual. She's done that before. So definitely not a function or dysfunction of the box itself. That works just fine. So very easy for you to actually get the eggs. So they do pile up in here. It works wonderfully that way. We usually have multiple eggs in each one of these boxes with the 13 hens that we have. So very easy to get to. Second thing is very easy to clean. All you need to do is basically just pull these out. So there's like a little lip in the back here. So basically just pull on this, the whole thing comes out. So it's very easy to pull out and clean. Now it is made out of plastic, so durability wise, I'm not sure how long these are gonna last. Obviously here in Arizona, we're really rough on plastic, so we'll be a pretty good judge of that. But very easy to take them out and clean them when you do clean them, and easy to put right back in, and just kind of snaps into place once you get into the right spot. So very, very easy to put back. Right now, Amazon only has the single box available, so I'm gonna go ahead and link that for you guys. But in the end, you can get them from Tractor Supply, and they're a little less expensive that way. Either way, cost. So cost would probably be the biggest disadvantage to it. It is a lot more expensive than building a wooden box. On Amazon today, these were like 65, 66 bucks. I think these are $45 or $46 on Tractor Supply, and obviously the doubles and the triples are much more expensive. That price is for a single box. One other thing, so they do talk a little bit about your chickens not being able to get into the eggs and peck them, and there's a girl who's in here right now with me who's a menace to our eggs, and she knows it. She's our top of the pecking order girl, and she likes to look for eggs. So now what we noticed really quick is she figured out there's holes at the bottom of these trays to allow dirt, poop, that kind of stuff, water to get out from underneath here. Right away, she went from the bottom and started pecking at eggs underneath. So we taped them up so that she couldn't get to the bottom. And as soon as we did that, she started poking her head down from the front where the eggs go in. And she finds the eggs that way. So if you have a chicken that is really into eating eggs, she's still gonna figure out a way to get down to those eggs. I really do like these nesting boxes. I think that for us, we're gonna really put these to the test as far as the plastic is concerned, because in my opinion, it seems like that's probably the only real major disadvantage, is the fact that the plastic is going to break down over time. And here in Arizona, our weather is extremely rough on plastic. So we'll kind of see how these hold up. Overall though, I think it's a good product as long as you're willing to fork out the cash for it. So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Questions or comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Instagram and Facebook, we post content there you won't see here on the YouTube channel. And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link down in the description. That's a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with that link, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you. What we wanted to do this morning is we wanted to cover what we found. What we found to be our most gregarious chicken. How you doing up there, girl? Now I'm really nervous because her butt is right above my head. There you go, sweetheart.